What if we move back to no combo? Like, Temporal Trespass seems like such a sick idea with the Steel Cutter build. Goblin Engineer is completely unplayable. It is just never the solution. Why does Temporal Trespass just seem so... Like, it seems so insane with the Steel Cutter Vivi plan. It's a great idea. Why Trespass when you can use Sage of Hours ability on Vivi? Well, you only really need to take one turn, right? Probably. It's a really... I feel like it's a nice idea. With Trespass, do we want more self-mill? I feel like we don't need more. I think 2 is just going to be okay between like Bauble, Emry, Fetch, Lrien Revealed, and all the cantrips that, or spells that go to the yard. This sounds like a fun idea. Although maybe I want to play like one Curiosity still. The outcome gamers make more since Ethereum doesn't want to. It's just so bad with all the legendary, like all your Moxen are legendary is the big problem with paradoxical outcome. Yeah, but I think the first Curiosity is good. With Trespass, looting could be interesting. Maybe. You don't really have anything to discard for value here, but like also like just flashing it back with Vivi and play can be good. I would want to have more to discard for value. This does seem interesting. Next is a fave for recursion, win and mill. For recursion, win and mill is funny. The thing is, it's like you just don't need to take like a bunch of turns. Like just one extra turn with Steel Cutters and Vivi is just enough. And like your ability to go like Vivi into Temporal Trespass is really what has me kind of excited. Like I think you're just going to be able to do that. Like go Vivi, play zeros, play a Temporal Trespass, untap, win the game. Like that to me, that seems like a play pattern that you're going to run into pretty often. Okay, nice looking hand. On the draw though. Get our surveil going. Would really love to have one more 0-drop so we can go Steel Cutter, Bauble into Vivi, Opal, Flame of Anor on turn 3. Taking turns build with Teferi and Ultima. Which card is Ultima again? These Final Fantasy cards, I just am having the hardest time. Or they're just the sweeper? I guess, why would that be a taking turns deck? Emry does seem pretty good. There's another Ultima. Yeah, just give me the card. I can take a look for you. Oh, it ends the turn with Teferi. I mean, that seems powerful when you do it. There's like more to the like stops undying stuff, which is cool. Oh yeah, the this colorless card. Okay, so yeah, I can still go Vivi Mox Opal Emry if oh no, I'm not gonna have the extra artifact now that the Steel Cutter's gone. Well, we'll see what we draw, I guess. Okay, now I can go Tamiyo instead. K-Command versus Flame of Anor, the perfect modern format. Yeah, I haven't cast this card yet. I do want to, though. Okay, Bolt and an Edict. I think I'm just going to main phase the draw, too. Three cards in their hand. The Vivi Mirror. They have 2 cards left. A Lightning Bolt for my Emry. 1 card left. So I can go Emry Temporal Trespass. Cool. I draw Flame of Anor, which is pretty good. All right, Temporal Trespass already looking great. Great job, chat. All right, so we're going to game 2. I want Force of Negations. I think I'm just going to cut the Curiosity for the 3rd heat and click the Submit button. Check on the challenge. 1 match still in progress. Hope we can finish up. Thoughts on Unexpected Request and Hammer Sideboard? That's the blue one. I mean, it's just much worse than Magnetic Theft. And that card's also not good enough. Well, I'm not going to click the Mulligan button. They did, though. That was a big mistake. A big mistake. Not that, that's stolen uniform. I guess when it's Unexpected Request. I think because I have Steel Cutter and Vivi, I hold this. I do think it's what they would take with another Thoughtseize, though. Gain control of target creature, untap that creature, gains haste, attach equipment. I don't know that I think that card is good against anything, and usually I don't play cards if I don't think they're good against anything, but if you could maybe describe this, a matchup that would be good in, we could take a look. So a good chance they flip the Tamiyo here. Not a bad draw. It might be best to go to game 3 because we're pretty behind. We're kind of likely to win game 3 on the play, and there's only 1 match of the challenge going. I don't think we're behind enough yet is the problem. Like, we're just still kind of likely to win this game. Why crack Lantern with Opal in hand and no other artifacts in play? Well, I wanted to draw a Tamiyo. I wanted to draw any proactive play because I had nothing going on. We get K commanded. Okay, well, K command no longer kills both constructs, so maybe not. Honest take, is Splinter Twin 100% dead of Modern, or could a spiritual successor ever be viable? My delusional hoping Splinter Twin has a future in Modern. I mean, Twin is not a card I recommend really trying to spend a lot of time with. I think it's not a very good card in Modern. That being said, I think it probably deserves to see more than literally 0 play. I kind of expected someone to be like the Splinter Twin gamer, and everyone would come to that person, and they would come for the latest Splinter Twin lists. And no, the deck wouldn't be performing that well, but yes, you could win, like have a positive win rate with it if you really grinded. That's kind of how I felt like it would be, and maybe that is the case for this card, for Splinter Twin. But it doesn't really seem like anybody has like dedicated the time to becoming like the Splinter Twin person. Now, I do not recommend doing this for like serious tournament play. Can you have a positive rate with win rate with Splinter Twin in your deck? Maybe. Maybe. I think also if they ever printed like another card that combos with it really well, like that would be a really big deal for Splinter Twin. But I mostly think that you're not barking up the best tree. All right, so they picked up a Fatal Push. Round 3 of the challenge is starting soon. Bound Increase is legal. Yeah, you just need like a high quality card. So we make a Saga token so that we can Emry and then not be able to make a Saga token if they counter the Emry. Like FOMO, yeah, like another like FOMO, but a FOMO that like doesn't make you, that maybe plays better with the twin package. Not that that one's like super bad, but it also like loses to like first strikers. It's just a little weird. But yeah, that would be the biggest thing. Like if they printed like a really good Deceiver Exarch, that would go a long way. Just waiting for someone to try putting Tarmogoyf for the twin deck. Yeah, I think someone did like top 8 a challenge with Tarmo Twin after it was unbanned. Or like at least 5-0 a league. So they bolt the Emry, which means I no longer have a wizard for Flame of Anor. Then they plus the Tamiyo. And then this is coming down. So I can't quite make a construct and Temporal Trespass. Close. So I think we... This is 5 toughness. That was 4. So I'm just going to kill this, attack the Tamiyo. But the challenge round has started, so... Hopefully we can be done with this in a second. They were last seen 6 days ago playing Dimir Murktide. I haven't played that matchup a lot with this hammer build, but it's probably fine. There's a Mire on top. Opponent's not here yet, thankfully, for the challenge. Another cantrip. 1 card on top, 1 card on bottom. Plus is the Tamiyo. Another Vivi? Kuja. Yikes. Don't play Kuja, kids. So I do think I'm going to go Trespass here so that... Oh, that's an interesting card. Sure. I'm going to go Trespass so that I can flame the Kuja and then kill my opponent. Or kill the Tamiyo, which I guess is my opponent here. So far, Trespasses have been good. Do I have a Steel Cutter in the yard? Did not mill over one. So let's just start off with a Flame of Anor. Do not register this card, chat. Oh, I guess I do need one more artifact. Okay, they concede though. Great. Not on the play for some reason. I think I want to Emry turn 1. All right, love a Surveil land here. To play around Bowmasters, I think I just cracked the Bauble now. Okay, that Emperor Bone's pretty good against my Bauble in the yard, although they solitude it a little too early. They may have just been able to Emperor Bone stop my Emry from being effective. I'd walk away from that last minute, think about all the different ways I could sideboard. Yeah, for sure. For sure. They take Solitude over Bowmasters here. Absolutely the case. It's also just like with new decks, like figuring out sideboard plans is tough. I think in general on the play the dispatches are worse, and then I wanted them on the draw, but yeah, I don't know about the Maguses. The Mag guys are just always like, I have the hardest time ever taking like people's suggestions to board in the Maguses seriously, because like people just want people literally asked about Magus to the Moon against Boros Energy the other day, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but it's like I just get so many silly why no Magus of the Moons whenever I include it in my sideboard. They're like just always so itchy to cheese somebody with it. All right, so if they have a Felia, it's not the most ideal. They probably have one. We can try to block it with the Construct. Ways of the 9 months. Glad you're here. Appreciate you. So we know they have Solitude, Emperor of Bones, and then 2 mystery cards. If one of those mystery cards is a white card, they can Solitude our Construct. The deck is really vulnerable to Moon. I mean, it's much less vulnerable to Magus of the Moon than Blood Moon, though. Is the other thing. Like they're a Fatal Push deck. They're a Stern Scolding deck. But yeah, but also yes, like it's also so high variance that I don't know. Oh, they cast an Overlord and then they get another Overlord back. They get back a Felia and they get back a Solitude, and they Solitude my Tamiyo. Which means I'm not going to have a Wizard in play necessarily if I draw my Flame of Anor, which I'm really hoping to draw. Certainly don't feel like casting a Construct is going to be a lot of help here. I think I grabbed the main deck Lantern. Cast an Expressive Iteration. Gonna need to be a good one. Interesting. 1, 2. I can Temporal Trespass. The Trespasses have been pretty good. Weirdly enough. Leave the Bauble in the yard, I guess. Can also sack the Lantern. The second copy. I think we're probably just casting the Lrien Revealed this turn, but maybe we're not. Maybe we're casting this. I think I kind of like it. It does. Okay, it does require my entire graveyard though. All right, we'll Lrien Revealed this turn, I think. Maybe we need to maybe we'll draw a Vivi. We'll go Trespass into Vivi. These are looking great. These are looking so good. So they will be able to Solitude my Emry. If they pick up a white card with the Overlord. They also be able to flicker the other Overlord, I guess. I don't know how beatable that is unless we could top deck Vivi into Trespass. Our Curiosity is gone though. They return Solitude on the first copy. And then Flicker Wisp. Do they cast the Solitude here? They do, which is good for me because top decking Vivi is still plan A. Seems like they have Ephemerate somehow as the last card. I don't know how that's possible. They did pitch the Wisp, so that might be possible. Probably not winnable. Let's try to win. So I can sack this and then Trespass. I just don't have the blue. Have I played my land? I played the Saga. Dang. Yeah, being able to Tamiyo or Emry first could have been nice. I guess if we draw Flame into Flame, that might actually just stabilize. We get 2 looks here. Oh my gosh. Although I guess this does not work if their last card is Ephemerate, like we think it is. So I don't know what to do about that. It certainly doesn't really seem like something I can play around here. Sad not to draw a Vivi in the top 33 cards again. Well, a lot of these were milled. No. Good top deck, good top deck. The Return to Solitude. I do get to draw 2. I do get to flip this, but let's move on to game 2. Fun game. Okay, so I want the extra Unholy Heat. I want Needle, or sorry, Shadowspear, so I can turn Ketchamos into a killable creature. I want to cut the Lantern. Sometimes I bring in Consigns. I don't know if this is a matchup where I want the Consigns. I think I might just cut the 4th Opal. I think I'd rather have 3/3 instead of 4/2. I think I want to cut a Mox in these kind of matchups a lot of the time. And I don't think I'm bringing in the Consigns this time. Although they can be good. Yeah, the Trespasses are great chat suggestion. No lands. I think I'm turn 1 iterating. We do still have a lot more zeros to hit, and I want to. Well, I guess on the mulligan. Let's just not. It's weird, right? Because I want to crack the baubles, but I also don't want Opal to be offline. Did we see Ketchamos? I guess not. I mean, I just kind of in general respect Ketchamos. All right, I guess now we're cracking the baubles. Agent, 21 months. Naruto life. Let's go. All right. Pretty good draw. Now if I guess we'll be 1 mana short of going Vivi into Flame next turn. We saw Catcher with Bauble. Okay. Good to know. I did forget. All right. If they have Thoughtseize into Felia Overlord, we probably will lose this game. There's the Felia. I guess we do have the Flame of Anor, so if they don't also have Solitude, we're pretty live. In fact, if we draw land and they do this, we can go Vivi, land, Amber, Bauble, Flame. So they play a Ketchamos, which is... They probably don't have Solitude either if they're doing it like this. They could have drawn it off this first trigger. They maybe would just do this first. Okay, I draw a Flame of Anor. So it looks like I'm a mana short of going Vivi, right? Because I can go Vivi, Bauble, tap the Opal, but that's only 2 mana. So let's just Flame the Felia. Draw 2. And then try to set up for a nice next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and crack this, and I do want to draw that. So there are no cards in exile at the moment for Ketchamos. They play a Boggart Bog, which could have turned it on, but instead they just play this instead. So they're going to draw 4 cards. They're thinking about playing a 3-drop. Instead they pop the Relic. Okay, so I get hit for 4. They go up to 11. We get to Surveil. Keep that, I guess. Cast Vivi. Cast Bauble. Do they have Ephemerate too? Whoosh with the 53. Thank you, welcome back. Can't make any mana. Alright. Well, gotta give this one a try. And I think that we will be greedy and hold the Bauble. No, I don't think that makes sense, because like we would still need to play out the Bauble to cast the Vivi. And so if they kill the Tamiyo, I want to crack the Bauble. Alright, so we'll just go attack with a Tamiyo, play an Opal, cast Vivi. Not play the other Mox, although I guess I could cast Iteration if I did that. And if I do, yeah, I guess we should, right? We should cast Opal Iteration because, or at least the Opal, because this gets this out of discharge range, and if I cast the Iteration, this gets this out of like creature plus discharge range. So I think that's going to be good enough for me. I guess hand, bottom, exile, not the best, but it's not a bad board to have on turn 2. All right, great. So we draw a card off the Bauble. Take up the Saga. Attack to get Metalcraft back online. Iterate. Vivi goes to 3. Hand, bottom, exile. Vivi goes to 4. So when I tap like this, so if I draw a Mox, I can make a Saga token still. No Mox. Not bad still. 5/8? Yeah, the Lrien Revealed seem pretty mandatory. Definitely make the Vivi so much better to have like that mana sink. Now is this probably is enough to kill my Vivi, right? 1 damage, 4 damage, and then they would need to deal 3 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. They would have to sack their entire board. So they go after the Tamiyo instead. I'm just gonna go ahead and sack my Clue and F6. Maybe I miscounted somewhere, I don't know. Will they attack the Tamiyo with the guide? They probably should. I guess they want to attack me instead. I guess that's fine. Don't have the main deck Needle. So we're looking for Temporal Trespass, Curiosity, that kind of stuff. Ding, ding, ding. So we're definitely going to have a crazy turn here. I don't think I'm going to make 2 constructs, so I could just float here. I'm probably going to get another Mox here. Definitely want to start off with an Expressive Iteration. Not the best. So this is 6 mana. Seems like easily enough to sack the Clue, make a construct, cast Emry, and cast Trespass, right? Yeah. Okay. So if I cast this Flame this turn, then I don't have... I can't make the construct. I think I want to make this construct. So let's just go blue, 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 blue. Play Emry. Spend 5 mana on this. I did mill the other Trespass, notably. Although we could maybe flip a Tamiyo and get it back, so I don't want to exile it. Attack them. Really hoping they kill the Emry with the cat. Then I can Flame of Anor the Pride and probably just attack them for lethal next turn. They do target the Emry, so that seems like what their plan is. Rourke with the 2 months. Thank you. Welcome back. So Emry down. But now I get to go start off with the Flame of Anor. Right, they pack it in. Obviously we had a very, very good draw, but important to be able to beat those really strong starts from Boros. I want to bring in these 5 cards. I want to cut the Curiosity. I think the Trespasses are just great. I think I might go down an Amber, down a Bauble. Oh, the Bauble's so important. Okay, no Bauble going down. You can go down an Emry. Need the Lantern in this matchup. Maybe we don't need the Needle. I do typically like it against them, though. You cut Opals. I did mean to cut Opal instead of Amber. I maybe misspoke. That was on purpose. We're on the draw. Let's try cutting a Lrien Revealed. Could also do 61, like when you really just want to have a lot of the tutor targets. I don't think that that's the worst plan either. I mean, we have a Fire Magic, and we can Lrien Revealed for a Steam Vents, and this is a matchup we don't want to mulligan, and we can get a Mox for our Vivi turn. I think I'm going to give this one a try. Maybe not the best keep. There's only 1 match left in the progress, too. Or 1 match in the challenge as well. Can I beat that card? That card seems impossible to beat, so that's not good. Did we ever Temporal Trespass up the Beanstalk? I don't think we ever did. Let's just go to game 3 because there's only 1 match left in the challenge, so I just want to get this done with so we can focus on that. And I don't think we're very likely to be able to beat that. We could bring in Force of Negation, but the Deafening Silence it's probably a one of. I'm just gonna try to dodge it. And like maybe we're not 0% that game, but just so we can focus on the challenge. Let's just get back in there. Yeah, Haywire might seems worth splashing maybe. Yeah, sync would help too. Surely bringing a Needle is worth over a Cutter or Tamiyo. Maybe. It kind of plays into their sweepers a bit more. It's like the Needle is less effective on the play. In some ways, like Temporal Trespass like lets you go over the top of like what Needle's doing, but maybe all that's just a little silly. Fire Magic also helps against against the bombardment and the Ajani draws. Like I don't want to cut a Tamiyo on the play because it's just your best turn 1 play, you know. And like Steel Cutter is insane against Boros, so like cutting that also seems tough. But maybe there's something I'm missing. No red mana. It's a note against the sink, I guess. Are we gonna mulligan? I could keep, and I could try to just draw a red source or play Saga turn 1 and get Mox Opal. I have to put back like Flame of Anor if I did that. I could put back Island. No, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I think I just can't really go to 5 in this matchup. Kind of wish to face Belcher. Yeah, we tutored Trepidation Blade in round 1 of the challenge, but we did not. They died before we could trigger it. Keep because Opal's live. I mean, I think that's a good argument in favor too, but I just in general don't think we could really afford to be mulliganing very aggressively in this matchup. Although that's kind of the worst possible draw. It's a 7-rounder probably. Yeah, 7. Basically always 7. Orm's Chant? Chant is kind of diabolical. Or is it March on my Saga? Okay. I guess we iterate instead of playing Steel Cutter here. No. Alright, round 4 is about to start. I think we'll just focus on that. I think you're supposed to play Amber for Cutter purposes. Well, you trigger Cutter by playing Amber after.